Hey everyone, it's Jack here coming at you from San Juan Island Wildlife, and on today's video we're going to look at animals that live in the intertidal zone. So I'm out here, and in the San Juan Islands we have what are called mixed semi-diurnal tides, which essentially means that the tides here go up and down twice a day, and they go to different heights and lows. So as I'm walking out to the low tide, I actually stumbled upon a sea star, which is really rare. There was a starfish wasting disease, and it wiped out all the starfish. When I was younger, they were just all over the rocks here on this beach, and now it's special if you see one. You can see under this rock, there is a purple starfish. This is a sun star, which is like a sea star, but it's got a lot more legs. On each of their legs they have tons of little tentacles, which is how they walk around and move themselves. Pretty slippery out here. You gotta be careful when you're walking on all this seaweed that you don't slip and fall. One thing that's unavoidable here are barnacles. They live in their shell, and then when the water comes up, they open up and they have a little arm they stick out and grab what's in the water to filter feed. Continuing on, I was looking here, and you can see in this crack there are some sea stars. Rock living creature called a chitin. I turned the chitin over and you can see its belly, and that's the part of it that it sucks onto the rock with. One thing to note about all the intertidal creatures is that they're very tough. They have to be able to withstand the cold water, which is about 54 degrees Fahrenheit, and then getting baked in the sun like they are right now. And then they also have to be able to withstand all the waves crashing down on them. Now, most of the animals here do a pretty good job of hiding themselves, but every now and then you come across something that it sticks out, which is the case of this guy right here. Oh, yep, he's alive. He's feisty. There we are. He's actually quite dry on the top, and that's bad. We don't want him to dry out, so I'm actually going to try and pick him up and take him to a tide pool. Alright, now the deal with crabs is that you always want to grab him from the back, because as you can see, he's got some nice pinchers, but they can't reach around and grab you if you grab them in the back. So that's just where you want to grab them. Alright, we're going to put him in the water here and let him go. Ready? Say goodbye! Oh! Alright, so he did almost grab me because I turned him around all the way. Don't do that at home. Okay, I just turned over another rock, and there is what we call a sea cucumber. And there's some others. They're really cool. There's a lot of things in here that you wouldn't necessarily know they're here unless you were looking out for them. And one of those that I'll show you here is a clam. This is a clam spout, and I know that because I've seen them before. And also, I'm going to touch it and watch this. Oh, see, it squirts. It's just our lucky day, because here's another rock crab that didn't do a very good job of hiding itself. Seeing this? Seeing this? He's on his back now. If you do ever find yourself face to face with a crab, that's a good way to disarm them, because they cannot right themselves. Tell me, Mr. Crab, how do you feel after I saved your life? You're just still a little crabby that I moved you. I used to think these were eels when I was a kid, but I think they're actually kind of fish here. And they live under these rocks. They're not that big. They're really squirmy. If you touch it, it'll flippy flop. Well, I like that. There he goes. He's breakdancing. Oh, he's done. I've just turned over another rock and found another cool animal. It's a little fish. See, there's its mouth. It's like a big suction cup. Turned over another rock and found another very cool crab. Earlier we saw red rock crabs. That guy right there is what's called a kelp crab. Kelp crab don't have very big claws, so they can't hurt you. I hold this guy in my hand. And now I just turned over this rock, and as you can see, it has a sea urchin on it. And now this is just a little one. Now if we take the sea urchin and we turn it over, I want you to be able to see its mouth. The sea urchin feeds on its bottom side. All those spines on it are controlled individually. One of the more common creatures here in the intertidal zone is the purple shore crab, which are these tiny crabs that live in abundance under all these rocks. There they go. The purple shore crabs are quite common, but here we see a different variety that's white, very camouflaged with the shells and pebbles, but very cool as well, and also very tiny. That's my finger next to it. Well, I think that about does it for the intertidal zone for today. I hope that was awesome and that you saw some creatures you'd never seen before. I know they're not always the most interesting when they're so small, but their lives are special nonetheless, and they all contribute to making the ecosystem that we have here on San Juan Island. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to sharing more with you again soon. Bye-bye.